Alright, we are live with our third show for the roll call for Hard at Work. We're joined by Mozzie, also known as Ian. We got Billy, who is Ron Rain, and then we got caller on the line, Big K. What do you want us to call you, Big K?
Don't call him Suge Nut.
We're having technical difficulties with the phone lines today, so hold on. I said, so what you want us to call you?
You can call me Big K.
Big K. Alright, that'll work. Alright, no one's breaking in the house. So, today we got our Madden ratings spreadsheet. I know a lot of people are excited about that. For those that have looked, Billy, what do you think about your team after looking at the spreadsheet?
Well, so it's rated pretty low overall right now, but there are a lot of young guys, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm a Viking fan in real life here, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, they're playing with the Redskins.
What about you, Billy? What do you think about your team?
It needs a lot of work, especially on the offensive line. Um, uh, Nick Foles, I thought he'd be rated a lot higher, but I am pleased with what they did with Todd Gurley. Although the injury rating going into Week 1, I'm sure Mize is gonna look for revenge for me trying to kill his halfback. Um, season 7. So I have that to look forward to. Plus, the defensive line I have looks pretty great so far. So it's workable.
Yeah, you having the Rams in that division. I honestly think in real life the Rams have a good chance in the playoffs this year. It's the only time we'll tell in real life, but I think even in the game, the Rams just have a good chance of making the playoffs. Uh, so you just got to get through Seattle and Mozzie first. What do you think about your team, Mozzie?
Like we was discussing there before it went live, man, it was a little difficult to look through the ratings, so I've just kind of skimmed through them pre-show. It looks like I'm actually pretty stacked all around, which is a big change from my Browns team. Still got a little bit of holes in the offensive line, but overall I'm pretty happy with it, man. I come in with some actually pretty decent wide receivers, and I thought that was going to be a big issue coming in, but looks like I'm going to be okay. I just got to patch up the O-line and just hope I can continue the Seattle streak. But I do know for one that I will beat the Rams in Week 1.
There we go. We have a challenge issued. Sounds like the Rams going to get beat in Week 1 by the Seahawks. So I got to know the Seahawks fire their coach last year for his stupid mistake at the Super Bowl and bring you in somehow, some way. I know you would not make that mistake, I would hope. What would you do first, second and goal inside the 5 with beast mode?
Well, I know you wasn't here for the last cycle, but my run game is terrible. So in that situation, I'm going to fake a handoff to beast mode, and I'm going to throw a fade to Arrington for the touchdown.
Good as that sounds, I would hope Russell Wilson will not repeat history and throw an interception. But only time will tell if he can make it to the Super Bowl and Hard at Work 16. Maybe we'll get to see that situation happen. If not, maybe we'll see it with the Rams in Week 1 and see the upset on the Rams with an interception by Russell Wilson. So, can you hear us, Big K?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, tell us a little bit of the outlook for your team this year. You got any predictions? Any thoughts?
Well, I was looking over the Vikings schedule, and I have a pretty tough schedule matching up. I got the AFC West. I'm playing both Ryan and Mozzie this year. I got them too, and that AFC West is pretty stacked. When I was looking at it with Otto and Troy and Craig, I know he's a great player, so it's going to be a tough road. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd won 6 games, to tell you the truth.
All right, so 6 games from you. When do you think you can turn your team around and start making the playoffs? What year do you predict that?
The Vikings are pretty young. It really depends on the wide receivers. We ain't got really much for wide receivers. Mike Wallace is pretty good. They picked him up this offseason, but other than that, there's not much else. So we'll have to see how that goes, if they can develop or not. They should be fast, so if speed is still at a premium. I have some fast wide receivers, so that'll be nice.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't say that Mike Wallace and Patterson were the best combo in the NFL, because
No, by far they're not.
Julio Jones and Ronnie Watt, there's still that debate going on.
There's quite a few duos that are better than them.
I'm sure Danny's listening live to this, so I wouldn't be so soon to see him chatting it up in there about Julio and Roddy again. So, let's see. Billy, you got predictions for your first season and beyond?
I feel like we can go maybe a solid 8-8. Depending on how the drafts go, obviously offensive line is going to be the first thing to evaluate. As we go later, depending on how I can progress Nick Foles, quarterback will possibly need to be addressed. Depending on how long it takes me to build all these pieces, I'm thinking 2-3 years. Depending on the scouting for Madden, though, if I'm not able to, the sim seasons, from what I'm understanding, not getting much scouting for the sim seasons, that might play a big part for not being able to get the pieces that I need. So it might take even longer. I might not have a complete team at the end of the cycle. So I'm hoping as quick as possible, maybe 2 or 3 seasons, I'll be in contention for hopefully playoffs in the West.
Yeah, that's a good point you brought up about the sim season. I haven't even thought about that. That could be some big boom or bust draft picks for people. You're really going to have to scout your definitely first round and what you really need, whatever points you have left. But there could be some huge boom or bust. That could definitely make or break teams play, especially from the first sim season to the last. It could be some make or breaks. So, Mozzie, what do you got on your team?
I haven't really looked at the schedule too much. I know I never put together a winning season in the last cycle until I dropped out of the Detroit Lions about halfway through, and they somehow stemmed their way to a winning season. But I'm going to go on a limb, say maybe 10 wins. I think it's week 12, I get to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's a big game I've got circled on my schedule because I want to take Freak down in season 1 like he did me last cycle.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some early games. They're going to be pretty big for everybody. I always believe your early games can make or break a season. So definitely, if you can win week 1 and week 2, that's a really good outlook for your first season.
Yeah, let's hope so, man. I struggled early on, but I felt like I learned a lot last cycle. Wasn't a top tier contender by no means, but I'm hoping this roster that I was blessed with will help carry me along in 16.
All right, Big K, you still with us?
What's that?
All right, making sure you're still with us there.
Oh,
So do you have any pre-game rituals before you sit down and play some hard at work Madden League games?
yeah. No, not really. Trying to get comfortable, I guess. But no, I don't really have any pregame rituals, I guess.
What about you, man? Oh,
I'm sorry, did you ask me something? I thought you said Billy.
yeah,
I'm over here flashing jewelry, man.
yeah. I think it caught that. So, what do you got pre-game ritual wise? Do you do anything special or?
For me, it's just usually put some headphones in and just kind of look over my opponent's roster. With Daddy Leagues, made it especially easy. I got to see like targets that they liked and what kind of defenders to avoid. And besides that, man, a couple of Bud Lights sitting on the table and I'm ready to go.
All right. What about you, Billy? You got any big pregame rituals for Madden League games?
No, usually I just sit in the menu screen, waiting because half my opponents are usually an hour late. So I just sit there. You know, people got to feed their families magically all of a sudden, and out of the blue, they got to feed their families, So, uh, so that's usually about all. I just try to.
I got some guys maybe gonna call in and talk to y'all. Hopefully, y'all can hear them. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so before Danny calls in, because I'm sure he'll be the first one to call in, what is the proper way to say attribute? Y'all give me your opinions there.
To say a tribute?
So it is mixed up. Attribute.
I just call it attribute.
Stats.
Who do we got calling in from the 706 area? New caller come in.
Hello?
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 Oh, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, who do we get on the line? Danny?
I believe this might be Gridiron, but I'm not 100% sure.
Hello, but I cannot understand anything anybody's saying other than Mize.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's definitely greatness. Well, sorry, caller. We can't take you right now.
Oh, someone called in and back up. Can you hear us now?
Hello?
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 I guess he's watching the YouTube feed still.
What's going on? What's going on? I cannot understand anything.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's great.
Are they just trolling us?
I think he's got the stream going while he's trying to talk, and it's just feeding back in. Common rookie mistake.
Yep. Yeah, we don't know who's on. I guess Greatness did call in according to the chat box. Oh, no wonder he couldn't freaking hear us. I had myself muted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Columbus, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you guys.
Oh, there we go. Now it sounds much better. Alright.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, just chat it up. What you got for us today?
Just there, jumping up, something there.
We got the gridiron on the lawn.
Yeah. So coach, 2015.
So, what do you got predictions for your team for this season?
As I've been told over and over again, that I'm probably going to be in the Texas division. So, with those people for the league in my group, it's pretty tough. But, I mean, I think I got a pretty good head start as far as talent-wise goes with the Colts. I mean, the next best team, Texans, and then, Ravens and things like that. So, I'd say predictions probably looking at 12-4, 11-5.
Yeah, I would say you do have the best team in the division, toughest division in the AFC
Right.
as far as it goes. Luckily, your two toughest opponents will be pretty far behind talent-wise. So if you can survive those four matchups a year, you should be good to go. Competing in your outside games will be your biggest threat in your first few seasons. But after that, it's really going to crack down and get tough.
Yeah, I definitely got some holes to fill on my defense for the offensive line. Got more to do.
So, who ate their phone, Mozzie?
You're talking about gridiron, man. It's just not coming in clear to me. I didn't know if it was coming in clear for everybody else or not. I get understanding for the most part, but just sometimes it was kind of really muffled.
Yeah, I think the phone line, they need to do something different. It's definitely picking up some interference between the Hangout guest and the phone line.
Okay.
So, that's got to be some glitch they got to fix. They have to start doing Hangout calls. Which luckily for most everybody using their phone, Hangouts are available on the phone. You can block the video so if you don't want the video. So that should be good. So, anybody have any lasting thoughts for the show tonight?
You got anything, Billy? You want to touch on?
You know, I can almost say that this year we're not going to have no field goal bowl. Neither time. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's because I'll be putting up too many points.
No. Cam Chancellor ain't going to do nothing. And I can guarantee you Richard Sherman ain't going to do a damn thing. Nothing.
We'll see, man. I don't see you taking down Marshawn the way you did Robinson.
Well, I guess that's about all I have on defensive line. So, and you're probably going to cheat Jimmy Graham. So,
Oh, of course. Raunchy got away with it for 7 seasons. Why not?
well,
I guess one thing I'd like to touch on, other than I'm going to slaughter the Rams in Week 1.
No.
I've seen a lot of people in chat that was freaking out about the speed ratings and things like that, and just hold your judgment until we get the early access, 3 access, and all that, and just run a few sims. Let's see how the drafts actually turn out players, and see if the guy on Reddit was actually true in his speculation. Because if it's broke, don't fix it. these guys are coming in just the same way as the players that we got, then there's no need to worry about the rating.
So the guy on Reddit did say that they're coming in are nerfed.
This light keeps coming on and off. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I mean he seems right on point, man, with some of the stats that he listed. But I seen somebody was talking about the Ultimate Team cards were pretty similar to the actual speed. So let's just wait and see. I mean, if there's a guy that's, yeah, I mean, if you're pulling in 95 plus speed wide receivers and possible other players, then yeah, we may need to tweak the roster just a little bit to make sure that these vets don't become useless in a couple of seasons. But I think right now I'm gonna withhold judgment, and I just ask everybody else to until we actually get to see what the draft classes really look like.
Yeah, there definitely will be a lot of beta test or EA access testing going on for the league. As far as that goes, I know the previous leagues I've ever been in, anytime I've gotten early access, I've tried to get a lot of testing in for the league. So, and I think you're right with that. The speed ratings very well could be just, they nerfed it all across the board instead of just with the roster release. So, another thing I'll be interested to see is how the speed being nerfed down will be affected, as in, what's that other speed called? The threshold, the speed threshold. I wonder how it will affect everything. It shouldn't affect it much, but it could. So I'm just excited to see penalties again and having the penalty rating. So I hope those work out, where it makes having someone that's truly undisciplined not worthy of having if he's costing you penalty yards every game. So
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. The penalties, obviously weren't that good in Madden 15, and hopefully what they've changed won't be, way overpowered where you're literally getting flagged every single drive. But I hope to see like a little bit of penalties, punish some of those guys like you were saying. But it just the whole speed thing, man, just got everybody out of whack. And I know it's been a lot of conversation and stuff. Like you said, with the beta testing and everything like that, I'll probably get the EA access just to try it out and see what the draft classes look like.
yeah, the EA access is definitely worth having. Big K, you got any final thoughts on your end?
No, I don't think so.
What about you, Guru? Got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think with the, everyone's freaking out about the speed attributes, but I think what's going to go hand in hand is how much they've nerfed the regression from season to season. Like you said, everyone's freaking out that the veterans are going to be caught up with 3 or 4 seasons. Regression was a big that they complained about last year, so hopefully that'll be nerfed.
I agree. So, all right. With that being said, we'll be back Sunday afternoon. There should be some football on. I know football starts tomorrow, other than the Hall of Fame game. It looks like we have 5 games on TV tomorrow. So, that being said, I'm glad football is back. I mean, Madden season's right around the corner. I guess in the chat box, use how you say attribute with a hashtag attribute or attribute, however you say it. So let the world know. And until then, we'll see y'all Sunday.